conversation back home. So many things work in connection to where I am. I saw an article, names, I might be mispronouncing, and he was a fake lawyer. And he won 20, one after the other. UW Autumn is awaiting trial where I pray he represents that is 26. Apparently it's a whole thing. This is a whole thing. There was the first one. There's a bunch that just never, but they've been practicing. They got a storefront or something. Like, you're like, you seem like a lawyer. You know, any lawyer has worked with was behind their desk. Fake, I have a fake lawyer. In America, we have from back that I worked with together, and he is on the right path, right? Involved in everything. Got caught up. But these drug charges, things he actually did, and confident. Okay, I know I have but I wasn't even there. His lawyer graduated from Cooley is as the worst, and famously Michael Cohen, Trump's lawyer, who went, you have to be else, and you go, do you know what I'm saying? To jail, and his lawyers, the level for this you, and hit whoever is crazy. But he did his crime, you know, went to jail and everything, but it's not a great law school. Something that came up, went to prison by my friend, who lawyer representing him and lawyer defender, right? And doesn't ask him really any can you do? I shouldn't do any time. I wasn't there. Fuck all that. All right. How much can you hands time? I just don't want to see you broke, and we might be able to get to the prosecution up to him, but I heard he good. It's like, did he offer a deal or something? Man? So, right, and there's just a random day, lawyer, you get called up by the judge chambers, right, full, for like 8, and when the door opened, his lawyer, walking out. He doesn't even know what this is over to him as he was getting my best. This year has really days of there have been 12 strikes, different organizations do with each other, places, right? That tells you something's happening, you know? And I think that in a way, you can only take so much from it, you know what I mean? Comes at a heavy cost. What that means when someone is, which is already a cost, they're doing it anyway. They have so little that they might as well roll the dice. So many different school bus drivers. What that job sounds like most road truckers, but with kids. They had a strike. Nurses. And had a strike from nurses, and that's just give those people what they need. But the nurses in some places reached, which happened quickly, because they feel like maybe they work at hospitals they were like, fuck them. Some stairs. And they were like, just bring them. Walgreens had a strike. A lot of people didn't know about this. Just had a walkout. There were a bunch of different Walgreens people. What a pharmacy, Walgreens. It is. Bodega where every item in. That is truly devastating. Then you go to a Walgreens, you got to hit the button. Now you got to, and who knows how long it could be. It could be shift. You know what I mean? It's just there, and then you got a point. So now you got one you need. So now they size a condom. It's not even a whole thing. So you want them meat. I've been thinking about this a lot. For how porn, right? Gives limitations, but I think it gives everybody of sex. Because as soon as they touch you, freak out. The dick on the shoulder, you're gonna be like, that's not. An unrealistic expectation of sex is about to be like. Really important to remember the thing person that I watch. Go ahead and I watch the bloopers. When you watch porn, one of the unrealistic expectations, watch porn, you're watching, you know what I mean? People who have sex for a living, the best of clips. They're not showing you. Watch the bloopers, you realize they get down like us. There's a lot getting puffed out. There's a lot of like, lots of things. Favorite ones, it wasn't even really an outtake, I guess, just an extra. Had too big of a penis. Not like I got a small penis or something, but for the safety of the actress, okay? For her, all right? Anyway, they're going as you'd expect. Is him going, like just not out of nowhere. This man walked away, the crab's table, and started eating. Yes. To incorporate more snacks into sex. That should actually be, it should be, These are both. One was this, once again, a guy well endowed, giving it his all, putting energy into the scene. And then he's all this stuff like that, and then he catches a Charlie horse. And I look like, I was like, yeah, me too, I do that. We should really, wow. And you can see him trying to, and then Charlie horse, he goes like, noise he makes when, you know. She's like, did you? And he's like, and you it's down and you see her, and it is funny because the camera's still rolling and he up and out. Y'all been so great.
Soho Theater, make it loud. Nonsense!
I'm the only one who cares, but with Duolingo. Okay, Duolingo is an app to learn other languages. It's an app where they game a language through like quizzes, games, little mini quests. Art. I know that uses Duolingo to me. And that out there. It was getting more expensive and there'd be mistakes that the games and were kind of, basically it was kind of felt like you were getting that real person. You know, through comments, it actually should have been like this. Really getting like a community going, which is the point, you would think, to learn a new language, more people, to learn a language just to be like, never know. I'm just gonna go to whole countries and tell anybody the power. Only think like a psychopath. I've seen those viral videos thinks that this black person, so then they like are recording and someone says something about them and no Japanese, and the person's like, you don't. Should would have been a fire ad for just like everyone around you, bro. Everybody getting one in. Like, look at it. Look, I didn't even know he got that ball fighting for his life. His flashlight, and then no French. Whoa! I'm so embarrassed being rude in under Duolingo. So slowly, with time, and learning is way to describe it because it's which was fully being taught in a class, sentences being taught to say certain things for just like, right? Over time, you see, also get this internet pressure team is in vogue. You know, funny in the comments. Sometimes they got a quick jab, tries to trash Duolingo. I don't know how I feel about it. Honest, it's like through our, and through already treat these companies like if I want to pretend that they're. When I see a Twitter handle for, I'd be like, oh, so moody today. I can't believe Microsoft. It's not like a individual, it's a company. Making that company a friend, but they're not your friend at all. And they do this move, which is worst company. Is interesting title to give yourself. You could have said customer first, and you could have not. Because like, I think there's like less, I feel like some of my answers, some of them feel a bit like, you know? And then they look, AI, it's the same as you've been learning. And I haven't learned anything already. What's the fun of using Duolingo, sort of like open AI program to make your own? If it's AI, then what's special? And so, big backlash, a tweet, post anything, AI, you know? The point where, I don't know if that's just like part of the market, took down everything. You know, they want to be expensive people. They want to guard, disrespect, just all together of their teachers. You pay, I think, $22 to, people were rightfully upset. And then they posed as I mean, I think it's a bird. So they in a owl costume, and that guy was, deep voice, talking about Duolingo. Yeah, but aren't you? What's happening? And then I think it was the CEO that even, instead of giving some sort of, look, yes, we're going to be using AI, still going to have our teachers and our AI for some of the menial tasks. Instead of reassuring the customers down, it was like, look, the AI got away. People got really mad. And here is what's happening all the hard. Teach, you love something and you love it. That to me is if I know anything well enough, know if I have the patience, ideas, in an efficient, I know when I'm done talking. That's to try to teach. I'll admit, right, sure about, I don't know what, but if I got done talking about climate change. When I got done talking, you'd be like, I'm made up. Very, very difficult, and effective teaching is difficult. It's alone. To have the idea, convey, gets through someone else. You gotta get video games and all that's already, never mind the fact that of every junior high, I remember I wasn't trying to be the thing. It was not, I was fighting, didn't even know it. Sometimes, I'll admit it, little grace, I was a flat earther. I was a flat earther. They teach me about the globe, trees around the globe, the earth was round. I was like, just gonna throw this out there. Flat to me. Over the world, but never sideways. So I think it's pretty embarrass you while you're talking to my teacher. Very graciously was like, this is all misconception. It's not. I'm like, oh, not to contradict you. It's round. Why are all? Truly, as an 8-year-old man, I was like, I rest my case. That's up the projector of that thing. So I should have the chalk. I'm just, no. Because it's different. Look, I'm not a parent, and I can't imagine a parent the same way I can't imagine. See some of the friction that parents have with teachers, something that they could do it better. They think it'd be the teacher. All would have been settled through COVID. Remember that time where everybody was would have grasped everything? I feel like 2021, you should school and be like, I didn't know words in. I really thought it was you. Nah, he hates science. That's his kryptonite. It's just the way that we look at as the opposite, as the help. Now, if someone tries to reluctant, you're a kid, it's adults, they don't know what they're talking, and then you become an adult. Like, why do you think you're age? Older. And something to say, and you're like, why do you think world, right? So I, myself included, sometimes have a learning in general, especially because hubris around, when you get an idea about it, it's like when people, then they tell you how they taught them. He built a whole deck. It's incredible. I didn't know you did. How'd you build a deck? I was like, how did you teach your deck? And he's like, I just for 75 hours. It was over and over again because I was skipping, but then I got it, yeah. Then some other dude, he might as well. Because there's a that I have for so much that they were willing to learn. They ever probably had to share the thing that they loved. Math teacher loved math. More school for me. And then she came back and for math, then she understood math every day just to try to give me some through all that. And it's kind of incredible. We somehow manage teachers enough and in every country. And so I bring it up that I'm not teachers fall in love with that light bulb. Why get something they're giving to them and then little teacher at school taught me how to tie my shoes. Really in my head. I my shoes and would show me how to tie my shoes. My dad would tie my shoes. That was like, I'm just gonna tie it. And she tied it. Research, I had been falling. I've been tripping. You know that Looney Tunes dress? Because I was getting a good start. And so ran up to her. I was like, hey, just both from my feet. Sure. And then she tied for me. She pulled the I was like, oh. prayed before. It's like, oh, why, what's wrong with it? No, I've tied your shoe. I'm not gonna tie them anymore. And so for the rest of recess, tie my shoe until the last time for the rest of the time I was in saw me, and she saw me. She go off. Oh, no matter how reluctant someone is to think when that happens, when you see the light bulb go off, it's right. Well, like I see this in Duolingo towards that. It's not to give you a product. It's not actual teachers who are passing languages so they can make new friends, or it's up to how big the world and language, and you understand how to say something specific there are, to say something. You have an appreciation, right? And that's not what looking to do. They would like to make more. So to be fair, more money, that's what you're supposed to do. No one shows up to business. But that is why they're making high. And I see that do make me worry. The UK school, I don't know if it's good or I just know the stories that I've been some schools introduce and implement, just like AI taking over. And it worries me because I think that you need a person. That's part of the human experience. Is great in a classroom that's led, has to be like being in a, and get you where you're going, but you get in. You know, maybe they put the light, you know, reason. I mean, I guess there's no we. And the whole time, like, okay, they say this is how you get there, but I think you talk to in here, so self. Oh, that's a bus. That's a being here. That I cannot stress as a move is wild too. If I'm being how you train your bus, what happens when a bus drives like they're trying to find out street to come here, the wheel so hard and looked at me the entire. But you're in this driverless where you're going. You should trust it. But sometimes, you know. I know necessarily, like school and how we and other AI do their homework for them or do it in. The big fear there, they will know how to illusion. If we're being honest, and this is what teachers or how they teach it, lessons you learn as much as you to the end product. It isn't imperative that you read something that you know, talk, live in, and it opens up your mind different. You know, fear is that use this thing too much, that you'll essentially go illiterate and not able anything. And I get that fear. Look at it from the perspective they're told that teach you well, productive, and maybe get a good. As far as good jobs, we're like done to want to use the AI to. You got to read the whole, so we can beat it fast. And so I understand, like they don't have in that the work they do would link them up with. There's this idea that if you do every rewards, but we're already telling you time you get done. And like them bringing UK schools, paying for these programs, is this really coming out of the or is this to make money? And surely there is programs, right? There's one program though in school, exact number, but I'm pretty sure the program is going to cost the school is like 20 pounds. Which the best salary in the world, but you know, and it just I only know what it's like and scary enough, and not just because also the American school system is already underpaid and overworked, take extra jobs and just still spend their own money to get to do the work that they're expected just to like stay above water. So who's already been given, then kids in other districts who, you know, didn't happen to go to a great school. How can you not expect them to close the gap? Not expect these teachers to be like, I have Uber, deliver geography. I don't know AI. You know, really far without, that's one thing. I don't know if your schools are good or not, at least to Americans, to the U.S. Like, U.S. fall for the British Act. It's kind of unfair that we, like, a lot of the conspiracy in the U.S. did kind of come from a British booth. After y'all kicked out, and then he's like, there's lizards. And it makes sense. Y'all have some ports. But you do have some, you know? Like, why sending Piers Morgan? It war. Like, I don't know who that Boris Johnson destructive on our TV all the. That was that the UK holds long grudges. Okay, I think you're cute. You're gonna leave me. Hey, for years, annoying man that's ever lived to be on every day. I mean, you can get really knowing much, and that's even before AI. You can get so far without knowing it. A teacher in the U.S. Teacher, and look, but I was throwing it out. And it just sort of back taught in the U.S. read. He couldn't read. Imagine you can't read. Imagine turning your paper and they're like, it look wrong. Like, this look like garbage. Nah, it out. This is one of those me viral before viral. So before YouTube could pop off on Twitter. This dude, like, masters or something, started teaching middle school. Taught middle school for like 8. Never read, but what he would do, good at picking out This was his thing, that he could read people. He didn't read words, but people so perfectly. He could lay much about you just by looking at you. Every year and lock in on like 2 or 3 just naturally gifted. And he would read or 2 to the class, start, and then he would watching over them, get the smart kids to other kids. And it was I'm sure that's what this dude would lock in. See, okay, can you read page 11, page 13, and we'll all we go, right? As the other kids were reading and everything. One of the things that he said, show me where the proficient in what I was teaching were. He was teaching middle school too. Middle schoolers or some a middle schooler audacity to be like, I don't think that patient. Like, if you're getting your can't read, you would second guess. No, I must be missing. So that he never looks at the book. No, only a middle school dog. Or a blackmail you too. A middle school boys the rest of the year. Body you can't read. That's A. That's A as in the first because you can't read. If I even see I'm telling everybody. Caught. Principal went to the office. You know, because the kids loved him. He never gave homework. You know? We need to talk to you about something. We are here. It's honestly out loud. I've been bringing it up, but by some students, a few parents that you're wrong. You look sensible. Believe everything you've ever been to. Principal that drags a teacher like okay, look, so and some accusations, some student more literally is thus. You know, teacher in there by himself, or they'd have not being able because he didn't get the A he wanted. Preposterous. This is preposterous. Me not be able to read. What? How absolute? Kids sit, make them read something. Anyway, if he can do it. I get him to sign his record. Can you read it? Dignify that with a response. That means no. Well, fear. And my big fear is that systems start in companies, and before his entire general country of people who have skills they can't think critically, literate, not just reading for fun. They do grasp how important, because you can either cheat the best interests of the company and mind. With Duolingo, it's just all these popping up ads for companies because money. You know, what if that happens? What if you into all of these schools goes left? How generation of teachers underpaid and over? You know, means that you could have higher generation teachers coming to the not to read. Disaster. Underestimate the power that teacher can have on your life. Just sat me down and told me something. This teacher sat me down. This energy. And I was like, in middle school, you just got to get right to you got a lot of nervous energy. You ever thought of drawing? Channel it somehow. Or, no, I never. I love anime. Maybe I'll draw. And you know, bring it to me. See what you draw. And when they were like, else for you to do with your energy.
Welcome to Josh.
A lot history lately. I don't know. Maybe it's because of fraught time. It was better to read it like, oh, that was, you know. And you also get a yourself from the past. You see the mistakes, you don't make them. I was reading a lot about this is coming up, and like, you know, I learned young. You know, I can tell from the if you don't necessarily on game real quick. The thing it's one of the most fascinating to me. It's like the fulfillment of America, freedom, and to planning yourself, identity to be free with. We were founded on, but time to is not made up. That I sound like that as there's a holiday, just so y'all, because some do make up numbers. If you, especially in the South, 50-11, and 11 is I want to be 11. It's all just our way of saying 2 minutes. You know, you'll hear 11 time, take out that trash, and you know that a child, you know, or somebody having baby mamas, and you'll be like, a slut. You know, somebody because he got like that, which is just their way. But it would be better to say this is digressing for a second, but a dude from my hometown, and he was calling everybody. He won the lottery in the Powerball. He just and so second, but he did so because he told me he did this, but I was like, you shouldn't have called it. We'll call flex amount of money. You won, I'm happy for you, but he's sending people off with, like, hey, looks like you, I just won the lottery. Get at the winner of 60. Like, that's taxes, that is 30,000. Now, Juneteenth. June to commemorate slaves in Galveston, Texas, of their freedom and issue, right? And the misconceptions about when slaves. A lot of people think it ended in 1890, the Emancipation Proclamation. That is that the party seceded, signed the Emancipation. Y'all have to. Is now another tech at war with because they want. That would be like if it was like a Michael Moore, and then we were like, if you don't shake, that's like. Because the South was to, you know, hurt the states that had slavery, actually left off of the Emancipation, taking control of it. And it said nothing about happening on the northern for slavery, but there were people in the, right? And so the Senate that passed it in 1865 told everybody. With that one. This is the thing, is that with it, slavery wasn't actually in 1865, like December, just that Juneteenth, so weeks. Take that one, you know. But it is in America because it was fulfilling a promise that it made to it, and so many. That's what's so crazy. America was about to be where people that were standing in the way, and the fight for freedom, right? Because your ancestors had to fight to be here. Everyone in the city, everyone from every back has had some sort of fight. Even can trace their lineage. How America still had, you know, we to Britain. You know, we were like, nah. We're not sending you, you know, we pay taxes to you, y'all. Coffee better anyway. And this is the thing, though. You look at that time, every war fight to be America, the way that we understand it now, wars. You know, it's not, there were black people that fought, there were black people right alongside. Not every regiment was even fully segregated. It was the desperation. We're fighting as a country, you know? And then the founding fathers said, free. Like, yeah, we're free. And then they were like, no, isn't that crazy? Feeling, you fight, come the place yet. You know, all the way up to a truly union, there was a place, and they're on both sides, which is the white, where they stand, and black. So you are kind of like, what? I don't think anyone would have been more black Union soldier, because if they meet in the whether it was the American Revolution, Civil War on both sides for promises. that America made promises to every nation that would come here, right? Ireland, from Italy, that came to Ellis Island. There was a promise that was also that were already here, right? And so in times it was just to get off the plantation. So there were black people that fought, you know, and I'm pretty sure try that hard. If I was a black officer, I mean, I wouldn't have been an officer. I guess a black soul, I think when I shoot, I'd be like, we're here and free everybody. If they just ran up on us and you free, you know what I mean? I would hate to get shot with. I've heard it. But yeah, you know, as just a holiday in Texas, it's, you know, other states ratified within, you know, states wanting to celebrate June. After Juneteenth, not because of state, because sometimes it was a different year, but June is good. But it was one of the most awkward times, because all of a sudden, there were people who the terrible treatment of his people. And don't be weird. I'm not saying that don't tighten up. Everyone, all right? Don't be weird. But this is what I come back to, is that happened, right? I just imagine, what would it be that had slaves? They're arguing or something, you know, that own the plantation. But what do we do? It's illegal. It's illegal. He's like, we go out there and be like, oops. What's the plan here, okay? Because we are numbered. You had to handle it delicately because the people, you know, how'd you treat them? How'd you treat these people to you? What'd you do? Did you commit some of the most crimes of all time? Because at best, please or thank you. So you're reasonably kin in the kitchen, I imagine. What do you want me to do? What's this? And then work overheard the arguments like, we're free? I'm gonna let this marinate. I'll be right back, I promise. You know, that'd been like message going from we already had vacation and passageway, Underground Railroad. This message, right? We're free, we're free, we're free. One in the house comes outside like, hey, okay, I didn't think I was sort of said hey, and then I didn't look. We don't all talk because I'm in there. I'll say about me, it's hurtful. Like y'all yell it, so we're free. And then the 13th Amendment, it abolished slavery, and that you could constitute way after slavery. And there were all of these different little hacks. It's why we have, you know. Someone's like, but yes, even you. Just imagine, hey, we're free. Because what would freedom feel like? Well, free to go where? Free to go kill them? I'm just joking. That would be fair. No, it's mind-blowing to me because one of my friends, I knew about Juneteenth, celebrated in Louisiana for me. I act like they always celebrate. Everyone's embarrassed. Like, you know, you see people in New York, Juneteenth every year for Juneteenth. I'm like, but... You know what I mean? Friend, he's white, and like an ancestry, and he did the 23andMe. A lot of me until and as white people, so we don't care. We don't like we don't care. You're more Swedish than Finnish. We never, you know what I mean? And I truly don't think they care either. If I'm his friends right now, I don't take the test just they can say it. Do you know what I mean? Time. Well, you're white for 5% black. All right. I don't know. I just wrong now. You know, I'm just a Kendrick fan. No, but he did, and he did the through both family ever in a huge lineage, but they never owned or who operate in a way own slaves. And if you've never, the white this man was to be bad.
Yo, we think I do. It makes me make more sense. Like if I told you over, you'd be like, "Ooh, is he slow or something?" If I told you my thoughts, and you thought on to something. I like how he'd fire right there. Example right now, like I wish I could talk to all the animals. I'm not trying bugs. To save a lot of lives. How many times have you been at home and in the corner of the room you just? But if you could talk to no, not tonight. I believe. I'm sorry. But because we don't every time, it's just. Let's say you bring somebody on, well, date comes back with Flick's portion of the net round, y'all making out, and if you could just be like, Carl, not tonight, I got company here. Come on, bro. He'd be like, I'm sorry. And then she'd be like, he had no way of knowing. If I first bug would be a prank, I just walk up to him. She ain't good for you, dog. Do this. Oh, she just using you for your. Oh, not even sex. You got to. And she wants to eat. I watch the news when I'm like, you know, sometimes you having a good day. Else is having a good day, and the news. Nobody having a good die. So I turned Kamala Harris, and she was a journalist, and during the interview, you would be ready to take up the office, and was for whatever reason. She said, yes, yes. And don't get me wrong, job to be there in case he not her whole job, but she's been dropping banana peel years. Man, she said yes, get on some steps. Okay, it's the day. All right, oh, he about to miss the pantsuit on. She said it down the stairs behind him. She about to lean forward. Be a world leader. And she said yes too fast. So he asked her, she was like, yeah. And so it just made it sound worse. She was saying, you're hypothetical. Like you question about Biden strong and Yo, they want to now. Do you see they're trying to impeach Biden? It's impeach. You weren't really president. Started to feel like street cred. Want to impeach you. Here's my. I feel it. For real. Like people were like, what? Like it was just, this was so. Now you get like 2 words where you are. Like we haven't done that. Chill out. Here's my thing about Biden. The beats all be like, oh, I didn't know they brother to do a set. No. This is my thing about Biden. I don't know. I feel I'll consider something. I'm not. Maybe he doing everything that when we look over at him, he just like. I'm not even saying he can't be capable right now. He look, that we've ever had in the office. He just looked like the Snoop Dogg. Everything Snoop Dogg did for right now. Like he try to get the kids into soup. It feels, because it's like maybe it feels like he just hanging on. I mean, that's a grandpa and that we did. You can't possibly Biden is this criminal master. Anytime he make it through a speech, like, crush that. He didn't slip. Yeah, I mean, there was a couple on bios. I'm really proud. Well done. There is one thing that Biden on the up and up. It's just as I watch. Give him a good ass question. He's still alive. Like question dead to rights. That's when with Larry Bird. I'm like, there's more world leader. A lot of Biden card. You get in trouble. You should do. Think about it. Putin would buy a lot of flight of steps every day. Hey, for a month, Putin just people a month from now being like, we'd be like, yeah, got bad knees. Leave him alone. They try to. Why are you still laying seed? Ukraine, babies. Like for Hunter now, that's why they really coming from. Really do. Yeah, I do. I'm so glad that the first person to smoke crack in the White House is white. That's beautiful. That's absolutely, especially if you know the history of. Oh yes, it really makes shit feel like it's come full circle. I wish that just get Joe to. That would be the most fun. I know nobody's on board with this. First of all, Biden will never. Crackheads do not fall. Could push Biden and he's still here. I'm telling you, he'd never have to worry. He would skip. My man would be fucked. You again, Biden press conferences now just on crack, not on crack. He'd be like, what? What was that? He got to scream for more crack, but like. And Biden was on crack because he's president, as they've been saying. Republicans could finally stand up for $6 to try. What the fuck we gonna do? We got citizens. And then as liberals was on crack. Trump. You know what I mean? We act like we really do. As liberals, we feel it's too much, but we get Joe just going on what he's saying. We'd finally have a book. Marjorie Taylor Greene, you're a piece of shit. Really cracked out. It's like, oh, I'm a lonely bitch. Aren't you getting to... Oh, those warm lonely bitch. No. To like rein him in though. Joe trying to wash the wind. Mr. President, get down. Oh, it would be dope, man. I'll put this. I'll be honest with you, off-wife. Thank you. This is my thing. Patience, you know what I mean? They say about men that porn expectations of sex makes men think, oh, if I penis, she gonna lose it. Yeah, just touch you and be like, ah! Thank you. But it's not everyone. Porn gives everyone expectations of sex. Like it makes men think they're about to be sex. It makes women think that the sex is good or whatever. You know what I mean? I'd be disappointed.